Welcome to Module 5, Choosing Your Empire Direction. This is where we stop wandering through possibility like a raccoon in a luxury mall and start choosing a real direction. Direction does not mean you have the next 10 years of your life laminated and color coded. Please do not do that to yourself. Direction means you have enough clarity to begin. Because before you build offers, content, systems, AI agents, sales pipelines, or a one person empire that actually makes you money, you need to know where your energy is going. This module is about identifying your strengths, interests, market opportunities, and income goals so you can choose a direction that creates momentum, meaning, and money. Direction is the difference between building something meaningful and building something random. And random is exhausting. Clarity first. Everything else follows. This module helps you identify your strongest skills, your real interests, market opportunities, and income goals so you can choose a direction that gives your empire a spine. A lot of people stay stuck here because they think they need to choose the final version of their life before they take the next practical step. That is not how this works. You are choosing a direction to explore intelligently. You are not signing a blood oath with a thunderbolt. Your empire direction can evolve. You can refine, you can pivot, you can course correct. But you do need a starting point. Without direction, every idea looks equally tempting. Every platform looks urgent. Every new skill looks like the missing piece. With direction, you can ask a better question. Does this support the empire I am building? Clarity first, everything else follows. Direction matters because your energy is expensive, your time is expensive, your attention is expensive, and if you scatter all three across every shiny opportunity, you will feel busy but build very little. A clear direction helps you focus your energy. It helps you attract the right opportunities. It helps you build skills that compound instead of collecting random abilities like decorative clutter. It helps you make better decisions. It helps you create income with intention. When you know your direction, you can say yes with more confidence and no with less guilt. That is powerful. A clear direction can save you years, not because it makes everything easy, but because it stops you from walking in circles while calling it research. Now let's talk about the cost of no direction. No direction creates shiny object syndrome. It wastes time and energy. It creates inconsistent income because your work is scattered and your value is unclear. It leads to skill stacking with no purpose. You learn a little copywriting, a little AI, a little design, a little social media, a little funnel strategy, and somehow none of it turns into money because there is no clear path connecting it together. No direction also creates burnout and frustration. Because busyness without purpose feels like progress at first, then eventually feels like punishment. And worst of all, no direction delays freedom. A busy life is not the same as building life. The goal is not to do more, the goal is to build in the right direction. Your empire direction lives at the intersection of all four things. First, your strengths, what you are naturally good at or capable of developing. Second, your interests, what you enjoy, care about, and can stay curious about long enough to build real skill. Third, market opportunity, what people will pay for, value search for, complain about, or urgently need solved. Fourth, income goals, what you want this direction to help you earn and build. Where these four meet, you find your sweet spot. Not fantasy, not random passion, not I saw someone on the internet do it, so now I must become a webinar goblin. Your direction should have real connection to who you are, what the market needs, and what kind of life you want to create. That is the framework. Step 1 is to know your strengths. Your strengths are clues. They may include skills you already use at work, talents people compliment you on, problems you naturally know how to solve, or abilities you have developed through experience. List your core skills. Ask other people what they come to you for. Review your past wins and results. Choosing your empire direction means looking for patterns. Do people ask you to organize things, explain things, write things, sell things, plan things, make decisions? Where do you have calm chaos? Create beauty, fix systems, spot what others miss? Those are clues. And please do not dismiss them just because they come naturally to you. Sometimes the thing that feels obvious to you is valuable because it is not obvious to everyone else. Clarity exercise. List 10 things you are good at or have been paid to do. Step 2 is to follow your interests. Now, interest alone is not enough. We are not building a business on vibes and decorative candles. But interest matters because persistent requires energy. Ask yourself, what lights you up? What could you talk about for hours? What do you love learning about? Improving, building, teaching, solving, or exploring? What feels energizing, not draining? What subject keeps pulling your attention even when no one else is forcing you to care? Your interests are not always your entire business direction, but they can help you choose a lane you will actually stay with. Because a profitable direction you hate can become a prettier cage, and a passion with no market can become an expensive diary. We are looking for alignment. Clarity exercise. List your top 3 interests or topics you love to learn and create around. Step 3 is to study the market. This is where the dream puts on shoes. You need to ask, what problems are people desperately trying to solve? What solutions already exist? What is missing, broken, confusing, slow, expensive, frustrating, outdated, or poorly delivered? What are people already paying for right now? The market tells you where value is moving. You do not have to chase every trend, but you do need to understand demand. A strong empire direction solves a real problem for a real audience, not an imaginary audience, not everyone who wants to live their best life. No, specific people with specific problems. Study complaints, study questions, study buying behavior, study gaps. Clarity exercise. List 5 problems people are currently paying to solve. Step 4 is to define your income goals. Money clarity matters, not because the money is the only goal, but because a business direction has to support the life you are trying to build. Ask yourself, how much do I want to earn? What does financial freedom look like for me? What does that income allow me to do? Pay off debt, leave a job, support family, travel, build savings, buy back time, invest in tools, support, or education? Be specific. Numbers create clarity. A direction that can support a $500 side income may look different from a direction designed to create a 6-figure consulting practice. Neither is morally superior, but they require different decisions. Clarity exercise. Write your 12-month income goal. Now, you are looking for the intersection. You are looking for the place where you are good at, you enjoy it, there is demand for it, it supports your income goals, and it can grow over time. That is your sweet spot. That is your direction. That is your empire path. For example, maybe you are strong at organization, interested in AI tools. The market needs better operations, and your income goal requires a premium service. That could point toward AI powered operations consulting. Maybe you are strong at writing, interested in education, The market needs clearer content, and your income goal supports a content strategy service. That could point toward content strategy and curriculum development. The point is not to find the perfect answer. The point is to find a direction with enough alignment to test. Before you go all in, validate. Do not build a giant castle no one asked to enter. Validation saves time, money, and unnecessary heartbreak. Talk to potential clients. Ask better questions. Test your idea with a small offer. Create a simple minimum viable version. Measure interest and results. Watch what people click, ask about, share, complain, and pay for. Validation does not mean asking, would this be cool? People are polite. People will say your idea is interesting and then vanish into the fog. Better questions are, have you paid to solve this before? Have you tried? What happens if this problem continues? What would make a solution worth paying for? Your direction gets stronger when reality gives feedback. Now, design your empire vision. This is where direction becomes more than a market calculation. Ask yourself, what impact do I want to make? Who do I want to help? What does my ideal life look like? What kind of work gives me more freedom, not less? What legacy do I want to leave? This matters because you are not just choosing a business idea. You are choosing a path that will shape your days, your decisions, your energy, and your identity. Your empire should support the human behind it. So do not ask, can this make money? Ask, can this become a life I actually want to live? Clarity exercise. Write your 3-year vision statement. Make it honest, make it specific, make it yours. Your direction does not have to be perfect. Please let that land. You can evolve, you can pivot, you can adjust, but you must start. A lot of people never choose because they are afraid of choosing wrong. So they stay in permanent research mode. They watch more videos, read more posts, save more ideas, buy more notebooks, and somehow the empire remains theoretical. Progress is better than perfection because progress gives you information. You learn by moving, you refine by testing, you build confidence by creating evidence. Choose, commit, course correct. A direction is not a prison, it is a path. How do you know you are on the right path? Look for 4 signals. First, you feel energized by the work, even when it challenges you. Second, you are learning and growing. Third, you are solving real problems, not just playing with ideas. Fourth, people value what you do. And fifth, you are moving closer to freedom. Energy, impact, income, and freedom. Watch for all 4. If you have energy but no market, adjust. If you have income but no energy, adjust. If people value it but it traps your life, adjust. If it creates freedom and grows your capability, pay attention. The right path usually gives you both challenge and traction, not constant ease. Traction. Here is your action step. Complete your empire direction worksheet. Answer every section. Number 1, strengths. Number 2, interests. Number 3, market opportunities. Number 4, income goals. Number 5, sweet spot. Number 6, next step. Then choose one direction to explore this week. Not forever, this week. What is the next small test? A conversation? A simple offer idea? A piece of content? A research session? A skill practice project? A market interview? Clarity is your competitive advantage, and clarity does not come from thinking forever. It comes from choosing, testing, and learning. Clarity creates confidence. Confidence creates action. Your empire starts with a choice. You now have the tools to choose a direction that aligns with your skills, your passions, the market, and your income goals. That does not mean everything is solved. It means you have a place to begin. Choose boldly, build intentionally, become the empire. The goal is not to chase every opportunity. The goal is to build the opportunity that actually fits the life and business you are creating. Your direction will sharpen as you move. So move. In the next module, we begin phase 2, AI Foundations with AI Literacy for Ambitious Humans. You will learn what AI is, what it can do, what it cannot do, and how to think clearly about it as a builder in the new economy. Build the systems, build the skills, become the empire.